Hello everyone. I'm back again. I'm Irena Anggreni, wellness leadership coach and your partner in mental fitness. Now, today I'm starting a new series about how mental fitness can help your team work better together, how to boost your team performance. Remember in the past lives I talked about the saboteurs and the sage and yeah, this is all connected because the saboteur says those are for your for your personal practice, and it is also applicable like when you work together in a team or with a group of people you collaborate with. So here is the application for of mental fitness to teams. Now these are based on the breakthrough research in positive intelligence, and there are actually four big ideas that can help your teams grow stronger and perform better. So first is the triple purpose, second healthy conflict, third mutual accountability, and lastly the fourth earn trust. And for this first live in this series, I would love to focus first on the healthy conflict, what it means and why it's so important for teams. Yeah, so conflicts happens in every team. That's a given. It is normal. So don't feel that okay, oh, we have a conflict in this team, like this team is not good or something like that. No, let go of that thought because it is something very natural when we interact and then we work together with yeah, in a team. Um, but what's important, what matters the most is how we handle it. So healthy conflict means that we have the mindset and the skills as well to talk honestly about different opinions without arguments getting personal or getting too tense and stressful. So, for example, here, imagine two team members disagree on a project idea. And instead of avoiding the conversation or getting angry or blaming each other, they can talk openly and listen to each other's views without getting worked up from inside. And the intention is really that they try to understand the the big picture, the fuller picture, the reasons behind the view of the other person. So this is an example of a healthy conflict, which maybe sounds like, oh, that sounds boring. There's no drama. There's no conflict. It may feel that way, yeah, because like we can still face the different ideas with a calm and yeah, relaxed manner. Now, when conflict isn't healthy, it can be either way that people either stay quiet even if they disagree, which no, I used to be like that. So stay silent even if I disagree. But then, like, it creates resentment and frustration, which can later bubble up in maybe in a inappropriate moment, or the other way, like kind of there can also be outright like fighting or blaming each other, which is hurting the trust in the team. So yeah, did I say in the beginning that healthy conflict actually is important for team performance? Yeah, so it is really yeah, if you want your team to perform at their peak, you need to have the ability, you need to have the space for healthy conflict. So why is it good for team performance? So first, healthy conflict can actually help meetings stay focused, that they are yeah, focused on the solutions and not on kind of the differences in yeah, in the small details, and not focusing on yeah, unproductive feelings or kind of personalities, quirk of the other person. So it is really constructive in a way that focused on the goals and the solution. And you notice as well when you have this capacity for healthy conflict, it actually encourages team members to speak up without fear so that you can actually get even better ideas and more honest feedback. Yeah, that there's a whole lot more transparency. And that means, whatever problems you face, they get solved faster and everyone also feels involved because they all feel they have the opportunity to speak up without being being scolded or being penalized. And you know what happens when people can share openly, yeah, when they can bring their whole self also um, in this group setting, that it lowers their stress level or their anxiety level because yeah, they feel more at ease, they feel more themselves, and they don't carry around any silent worries. Yeah, and in the long run, if this is already the culture that you build and your team has um, yeah, has the skills and also the capability to have healthy conflicts in the long run, this actually leads to more creativity and that you have clearer goals as a team, and you can also drive for stronger results. Now, I know it sounds all good, but yeah, it is, kind of like always the mystery is like how do we have this healthy conflict. So this is where mental fitness can help. Yeah, sometimes, now you notice also when I was like doing lives like about saboteurs, about sage, like you're probably familiar with this already. So sometimes inside our heads, we have these negative voices, this negative chattering. In the language of mental fitness, it's called the saboteurs. And yeah, if you're curious, what are the 10 saboteurs? Like there's actually a quiz that I can post later in the comment that you can find out yourself what's your top saboteurs. But some of these saboteurs also can make us handle conflicts not in a healthy way. For instance, they make us avoid conflict, or we can, try to control things too much that can spark a conflict. Or perhaps like in like when things are heated, we can get sabotage also and blame other people, yeah, instead of reflecting back, like introspecting, doing in introspection to ourselves. So for instance here, like you might notice, like okay, in a conflict situation, if you stay silent, that could be the avoider saboteur, for instance. Or if you get defensive too quickly, could be maybe the controller saboteur, or maybe that yeah, the judge was also very active. Now, the whole essence of mental fitness as a practice is really about learning to catch these voices, these negative voices, and you pause and you use your sage powers to choose for a calmer, kinder way to respond. Yeah, so you can shift to what we call this sage mindset, which is basically is about being more curious, more empathetic about other people's views, and you have also more capacity to listen carefully. Yeah, what's being said, but also what's not being said, and you stay focused on the solution instead of again like yeah, attacking the personalities or ruminating in kind of in unproductive feelings. And one way to practice developing this sage mindset, especially in conflict, is first by noticing your feelings in a conflict. Yeah, and also noticing what's this voice says. And once you acknowledge them, you don't need to react right away to these feelings or these thoughts. But what what's the next step is to really ask questions, to dare to ask questions to understand better the fuller picture of the situation. And only after you understand enough, and maybe you need to clarify certain things, and without jumping into the conclusion, um, you use your curiosity, your exploration to find what are the different factors um, that creates this conflict, and only then share your thoughts calmly, yeah, um, without it being hijacked by the saboteurs or these negative feelings. And so be really aware of that, to share your thoughts in a calm way, and also being collaborative in working together to fix the problem, yeah, to address the problem together, because in the end you are in the same team. Yeah, I believe like if you come together in a team, you have a common goals, you have a you're looking for towards the same solution, so you are actually on the same side. And I know it all sounds like simple, and I'm sure you know this already intellectually, but that's the thing, right? Like the implementation is always the hardest, and it also takes practice and practice and more practice. But it's all worthwhile to, yeah, to really dive into this practice of also, kind of the steps of mental fitness, like um, to develop your capacity for healthy conflict, because teams that learn healthy conflicts, to have healthy conflicts, they can build trust and respect, and that makes the work easier for everyone and also more enjoyable. Now, as a wrap up of this live, I would love to invite you actually to think about the last time your team had a disagreement. Yeah, maybe it's still very fresh, and contemplate how did it go. Yeah, perhaps you avoided it, or perhaps it got too tense, or it got very heated, and just acknowledge. Yeah, it's not without any blame or any judgment. Just acknowledge how did it go. And next time a conflict flares up, so my invitation to you is to do your best and try to watch those negative voices in your head and pause before reacting. Yeah, really literally pause. You can take, if that helps, like take one breathing in and breathing out before reacting in a heated way. Yeah, kind of be really aware of your own emotional state before you respond, and ask yourself, yeah, what are other things that uh, I may not know yet? Yeah, engage your explore your curiosity power. What are the other factors that I may have uh, I may have not known yet, and how can I listen better to others and work together here towards a common solution. So in my next live, I will talk about the other pillars. Um, they're about having a shared purpose and trust to make the teams even stronger. And I want to thank you for joining, for tuning in, and feel free to share your thoughts or questions about healthy conflicts because I would really love to hear from you. What are your what are your experience and burning questions perhaps when it comes to conflicts? All right. Ciao ciao.